Hello everyone, I am Karan Bhanot, a PhD student at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and today I'm going to talk briefly about the synthetic health data for fostering reproducibility of private research studies. So the first question that comes to our mind is why use synthetic health data? Now there are many health data records which are private and are unpublished. As a result, we are unable to do new research on them as well as reproduce any existing research that has been done. This is to prevent privacy laws, and there are governing laws like the GDPR law in the European Union and the HIPAA law in the United States. So, we propose that we should create a synthetic version of this data and publish the synthetic data along with our research. Now, the synthetic data will have high resemblance and high utility while ensuring that there is no privacy loss. This will allow us to produce reproduce results as well as continue research on those topics without compromising any kind of privacy. So we are introducing the generative adversarial network for generating synthetic health data, which we refer to as the HealthCAN model, which is available as a Python package on GitHub. As we look in figure number 2, it shows the workflow for the model. We train the model inside a secure environment on the real data. Once the training is complete, we can export that model, which is basically the generator part outside. Now, this generator part can now generate synthetic data without requiring the original real data at all. As a result, we can now distribute this model to anyone in the education, research, and other domains wherever it needs to generate synthetic data. Now, we deployed the HealthCAN model and its capabilities in both education and research, as we'll see. So, we generated synthetic mortality data for a classroom challenge called to be or not to be. The students were supposed to create a classifier to predict mortality. Now we found that the synthetic health data produced was of very high utility because the best models that the students generated achieved a balanced accuracy of 0.80 and 0.77 on the real and the synthetic data respectively, indicating the high utility and resemblance in the real and synthetic data. Now we also used our HealthCAN model to generate synthetic data and replicate studies. We did 3 different research studies based on mimic data, which is basically de-identified patient records of 40,000 different patients. In one of those studies, the researchers wanted to understand the impact of race on mortality. So they have a data set with 17 different variables. They used a logistic regression model, and when we deployed the same model on the real data as well as the synthetic data, we found that there are 15 overlapping intervals up from the total 17, indicating how resembling the real and the synthetic data actually are. Now we also conducted 2 additional replication of studies to understand the effect of comorbidities of autism spectrum disorder. We did both of these studies inside the Optum Lab secure environment, and once all the analysis were done, the model was trained, it was exported out, and now it can be utilized to generate synthetic ASD data. We deployed metrics including the training and the testing resemblance laws, and we found that the synthetic data generated by HealthCAN was very close to the ideal values. Similarly, when we calculated the privacy loss, it was near about 0, indicating very less loss of privacy. Now we can visually confirm the results as we can see in figure number 5. We create k-means clustering on the PCA plots for the real and the synthetic data, and we can visually confirm how resembling the 2 synthetic and the real datas look. Now there is so much more that you can do with synthetic health data generation. To explore more about it, I recommend that you visit our website. And if you want to try this HealthCAN model yourself, we created a HealthCAN Python package that you can go and grab from GitHub. And that concludes my presentation for today. I leave this slide if you want to access these website links. That's all from my side. Thank you.